So welcome everyone to today's live Shamans Directory event. We have a special program for you today. I'm first going to tell you just a little bit about the directory before we get started. So I'm Tricia Bennett, and I'm on the East Coast of the United States, and we've created a Tehuantin today on the screen. In the Andean tradition, 4 is the number of wholeness. And since we're calling in the sacred today, we thought we would create a Tehuantin on the screen. So we have Mayumi Beckers from the Netherlands, who's one of the founders of the directory. And we have Wakeley from Sacred Pathways. And we have Wilbert Salas Atasi from Peru. And Wilbert has been considered an honored guest, but I think he's really become a member of the team. He's a teacher and a ceremonialist, and we're honored to have him with us whenever he can join us. So the Shamans Directory is a global online platform for shamanic services. And we hope to invite all shamanic teachers and healers, as well as other shamanic platforms, to join us in bringing shamanic earth-based wisdom to the world. And we also invite anyone who's looking for healing or a deeper connection with the earth to also visit our site and to make an appointment. So our website is shamansdirectory.com, and you can also find us on social media at Shamans Directory. So today's program is the first of a series, and because we're going with the flow, we're not sure how many there are going to be in the series, but a series of opening the directions and sacred space, and we're calling it Calling in the Universe, and really accessing our allies in other realms. So it will be presented in the Andean tradition, but you are welcome to think of this in your own way and create your own personal cosmology as we journey through this series. So welcome everyone. And I will turn it over to Wake to give a little intro of his own, and then we'll turn it over to Wilbert.
Thank you, Tricia, Mayumi, and Wilbert. Always an honor to be with you. It's great to have you join us from Cusco and give really the authentic call that you make in light of your ceremonies that you do. And when Tricia and I were talking about this series, we thought it would be very, very good to drop in and to feel what's important to call in for our sacred work. And with the idea that we've all had training, we're all in training, we're both students and teachers all at once, with the eye of developing or furthering our own personal cosmology, of being able to call what's most important to us for the intention and for the specific purpose in mind. So we thought we'd begin with Wilbert and doing a general call to spirit, an opening of the directions for this particular purpose, for this teaching time that we have to drop more deeply into the call to spirit and what's most important to us. Who are our allies? How do they serve us? What's possible when we call? So, Wilbert, would you like to begin and make your call?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Wakey, and thanks to Tricia. And also welcome to everybody who's right now in this way. So, talking about the opening, Sacred says, is talk about the global, about the universal. Because, you are in the center of the universe like a person. So if you're a healer and if you're Paco or shaman, what you have to do is just go to the 4 sacred places, go to the Mother Earth, and go to the upper world where the God of the God is. So what you are going to do opening the sacred spaces is just invoking to the spirits who are in this direction. In our tradition was so clear. We have east direction, west direction, south direction, and north direction. And after that, of course, our mother, which is the Mother Earth. And after that, the God of the gods, the star nations, and upper and upper. So when you're going to call to the sacred spaces, it's not like to say good morning. It's also say good morning, but on the same time, invoke to the spirits who are in this direction and come be with us. But of course, the callings or the opening the sacred spaces is going to be according, the intention that you have to do today or another day. That means your intention for our intention today, for example, is our meeting, know each other. So we are going to ask to all the spirit to help us to make a nice integration between us and also help us with the medicine, with their medicine that they have, with their knowledge, their love, and the energy that they have. So that is, of course, what we need. We will make a nice integration, because Shaman Directory is a place where, we are making the integration. There is no differences if you are from Peru or if you are from Cusco, I don't know from where, but it doesn't matter. But we are looking for integration, and that's going to be in our callings today, in our opening spaces, is going to be this intention. So in this intention, I have to mention, what I want to have, what I want to do today, and what I need from them. Of course, we need help, but what kind of help we need? The biggest help that we are going to need is just, put us first in great balance. What do you mean great balance? The great balance means with the help of the Spirit, with the help of the Mother Earth, be connected with all the spirits and be there and be ready to share what you know. And this sharing is going to be aiming. I give you, you give me. That's what we are going to do. When we open the sacred spaces, it's not just a hump or just a come be with us. It's not like just that, we have to go deeply and invoking them that our intention is this, could be for healthy, could be for the love, could be for wedding, could be for have more animals, could be for many, many intentions, but we have to mention this when we are going to call different sacred spaces. Today, for example, I'm going to call 4 directions plus Mother Earth plus upper world, the star nations. But we are going to talk specific from the east direction, from the Atasi. Why we have to call, what kind of spirits, what we have there, these things we talk. But in the beginning, please put your attention. Of course, questions be welcome and answers I'll give you, because everything that I'm sharing is just I'm sharing what I have seen, which my father do it, which my village people do it. So that's what I'm showing today. And also the callings is going to be something that I heard before and also I repeat today. All right? Is that okay? So everybody to the east direction, please, which is the anti-suyo. Okay? Please, your hands like this, please. After. Okay. So normally, I think, you have already your mesa. You can take your mesa, otherwise just you can do with Florida water or just with a rattle like Wakeley that is doing. But in this case, I'm going to do with my mesa, okay?
Okay.
Okay, invitaita, anti-suyo, hampi tete, sumasa kunanta, kaiwa epiconata, shaman directory, alinta ikarichum, alinta kaiwarichu, alinta samarichu, alinta sakitasinchi, alinte kunanka kelpasenti, alinta nampa sumo kanampa, teita inti kuntura puchin, sumasa kanta tetea tekinti. Es cruces orco, hampu y tete, sumasta kunanka, hampu y manu national park, hampi tete. Hampi kunanka te hatu mo makocha, hampi tete, sumasta kunanka, hampi tete. Kunan punche, allí punche casi 5 paquetes, sumasta una yachinki, tuku yachete, tuku nuel, tuku yankaita. Allí huyo, no te ganapa, allí somos 5, no te ganapa. Porque te son cochayo, okay, we go to the south. South, please. Ay, con la tuyo, con la vaina, hampi que te sumata kunanta. Lago Titicaca, Ilimani, hampi que te sumata kunanta, hampi, Patagonia, hampi, tierra del fuego, hampi, kunanta, Tío Banaco, hampi que te sumata. Acapana, Calasasaya, hampi, Mapunco, Itipunco, Chillapunco, hampi que te sumata kunanta. Lago Titicaca, Ilimani, que te sumata kunanta. También traigo, Ranchabeco, alguien que te sumata kunanta, Dipinco, sumata. Algo son un poquito de fácil aquí de idioma en idioma. Oh, escuché, son escuché. Oh, Go to the west, to the west, to the west, to the west. Kunti waira, kunti suyo, hanti tete sumata kana. Hanti tete kapun kalta sumata payo. Ali nuna kanti sumata kana, ali tete sumata. Yo kajin chay sumata kana kabisyon kita tete hatu amaro hanti tete inta kana kabisyon. Apatyo ko yung kana kita sumata kana kita tete kana kapete. Sumata tete kana kapuntura putin kapasumata kana tete sumata. Hampi tete kana hampi kanyon de kolta, hampi tete disti, hampi tete kana sumata kana kapete. Sumata na payo ko dito yung sumata kana. All'interno che non possono fare porti sono c'è ho cince suyo cince wera hampi wika cince wera hampi che te con hampi hampi cince suyo hampi che te sumato con hampi te te pinta con capati meiko all'interno con Rocky Mountain hampi che te sumato Alaska hampi che te Estados Unidos Canadá hampi che te sumato con Lipin pa mamita con hampi che con all'interno che posso fare all'interno con la cosa Shaman directory alguien canapa suma canapa, oh suma canapa. Y tengo el ringo con la bendición que se me entiende, alguien canapa suma canapa. Porque son botellas. Oh, go to the Mother Earth, please, to the Mother Earth. Great Mother Earth, Pacha mamita, Manta Santa Tierra, suma fama. Suma muna indio, suma kecil, suma lente indio. Kami may kayo kaya muna indio, kami konak kayo kecil indio, kusabab punche, hebi na punche di konak kam. Sa minchang kaya kecil indio muna indio, indio. Hatong mamahina kang uyo ko nito ay kay tipos ay pas sumatro na kasi kung kay muna ko nito hatong muna ko nito hatong yang nito hatong kay nito sumatro na ito alin ta ko na kay kay nito alin ganay ko sumakar ko na punche ko na alin trosak ko alin ganay ko sumakar ko por Jason ko che mama cha sumata ko na kanto magiging yo kamo sumat mo pa ito kinaya to ko ni chokcha sumata ko na ka tuloy na ko sumakar por Jason ko che yo ho okay we go to the upper hole okay Apu akan tangka, apu, lipin apu kuna, hatu ya, pacha kamacha pacha echachi, pacha kuyuchi, lipin tete sumata kuna kate tete lipin tete kuna shaman director no, samin chawai kapchoge, lipin chaska kuna, hampi tete kuna ka, hampi tete, hatun chakana mamakoto, hampi, yamanyawi, hampi tete sumata kuna, hampi chisampi, lipin apu kuna hampi, lipin apu kuna hampi tete kuna ka Himalayas, Rocky Mountain, hampi tete sumata Patagonia, hampi tete sumata hampi tete, hampi tete kuna hampi tete. Waskarang ausangate salkantai hampu tete sumatno Machu Picchu waina Picchu. Yo que quiero hampu tete con los tipos que kinaya ta con campo puntura puchin sumatai con tete yo que chinche amaru hampu tete tuku atu de sumatno. Señor de banca, señor de Coyote, señor de Pampacucho, señor de banca sumata tete con los tete se manche que alguien carga sumatno. Kinaya ta con la calle pino macocha, y pino macocha con hayo y tete en campo so tete sumatno de esa manche. Alguien que regó su mano. Ya te conozco, incare collari con ata su mano, no te tengo. Que hay que el pancuta para llevar alguien que regó su mano. Por piche son coche. This is the opening the sacred spaces. When we are going to have a ceremony for a intention, we have to open it. Because opening our eternal is not just a calling to the spirits, is also asking for the great permit. Great permit from the place that we are. And after that, we are going to start to call to them and to help us with everything that we need. Intention, for example, today is our integration. Look for more people to come inside of the shaman directory and be part of the world and try to change to the people who need to change. Of course, with many problems right now, a lot of people has big problems. And the problem is just the ego. And the problem is just, the high ego is not good. Always I have to repeat, we need to be in good balance. And after that, everything will be solved. So when we go to the east direction, why we go to the east direction? Because in the eastern direction, we have the sun come up, the principal spirit in the Indian tradition. He's the father. He's the spirit who takes care about us, about our animals, about our fields, about our many things that we have here. And this connection with the East, with the Mother Earth is really so beautiful. Without Mother Earth, our life is done. With our sun, of course, our life is done. So these two connections is teaching us how nice we have to be every day and every night. Because the sun is the best cleaner of the bacteria. Physically help too much. In my village, for example, we have a great and small therapy with the sun. The first ray of the sun we need to receive at least 5 minutes every day during 7 days or 14 days, at least 21 days. And that is really very nice therapy. And, physically it's gonna, change you, shift you, because many problems, it's just stresses, and the stresses, with the data intake is really good medicine. So that is why that we go to the eastern direction. Also in the eastern direction, this is going to be, because remember in the Andean part, like in my village, right now I have watch, I have computer, and I have, nice cellular, and I can see the time, what time is it now? No, in my village, our watch is going to be the sun. The beginning and finishing and the continuation. For example, we don't say 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We just say when the sun is coming up, we say breakfast time. And middle and noon, that's lunch time. And in the half, like part way to go out, until tomorrow the sun, in the median, in the afternoon, we say Intihuatana. Intihuatana is the name. And after that is the night. Okay. So that is why that we start with Eastern direction. And everywhere we go, maybe we don't have time. Maybe we are rush time. Sometimes we have to live just at this place, but this place we love a lot, and it's maybe sacred place. Because like a Paco or like a healer person, you are gonna have special feelings. Everywhere you go, you will feel. So if you feel a sacred place, you can just make your own ceremony. There will be not, piece of cake. Maybe you're gonna have a piece of chocolate, or maybe bottled water. So just you can, with the drop of the Mother Earth, you can just bless in the place, and you can say thank you to the Mother Earth. But you know how you're going to do? Always look from this place, the eastern direction. And in the eastern direction, you are going to make 3 drops. And if you don't mind, you can go to the 4 directions. And that's going to be a nice thing to connect with the 4 sacred spaces. First of all, you are connecting with the Antiwaira, Contiwaira, Chinchewaira, Coyawaira. Ayora means the east sacred wind, the west sacred wind, the north sacred fire, wind, the night sacred north wind. Talking about the 4 winds. And also in the same time is going to be with the fire. The fire is everywhere because the sun comes to everywhere. That's why in my tradition we consider sacred fire, sacred wind, sacred water. Of course, sacred water. For example, for my place, in my callings, I just call to the Atlantic Ocean, Mama Cocha, because it's in this direction. Okay? And also, Tres Cruces, the nice mountain close to Cusco, is in this direction, so I have to call. Pisa, which is the nice Inca time, from the Inca times ruins, I have to call. For example, Quinzacocha is in this direction, and this direction I need to call that. So it depends where you are. If you're going to be in the United States, if you're going to go to the South, where you are going to go? Of course, to America, to South America. And South America, you will remind about Machu Picchu. You will remind about Ausangate, Salcantay, and 3 holy mountains. But it's enough. If you have in mind just 3-4 mountains, it's perfect. But spiritually, you're invoking, leaping Apukuna, all the apples from the anti-suyo come with us. That's perfect. But at least you need mention 3-4 places that you know. Like, I don't know if you heard that one. For example, when I went to the north, I was, calling it just a mountain, Rocky Mountain, Alaska Mountain, everything, that I found in the north. So I did just today. But I call spiritual today. Because when I do the callings, I'm not calling the physical part of the mountain, for example, Alaska or Aconcagua or Patagonia. I'm not calling the physical part. I'm calling the spirit part of this mountain. Because according to my tradition, spiritually, they have a great knowledge to teach us. They have a beautiful love to teach us. And they have a powerful energy to teach us and to give us. And finally, we will receive the blessing of the great medicine that mountain has. Of course, around the mountain, in the high place, on the lower place of the mountain, you are going to have great and good medicines, especially incense. Wiracoya is one of them. So that's it. So when we go into the east direction, in my village, or not tradition, in Cairo nations or everywhere, it's so important to call all the spirits that we consider are in the east direction, because they will help you. And they will help you not just make it powerful your day, it's going to help you also to grow energetic way. Why? Because, that is the funny thing in Pakaway. Everything when you do your callings is going to be different. No one is going to be same. Maybe one word more, maybe one word less, but it's going to be so different. That is why, it's something special by tradition. Because the words that you're going to say there is not because you are going to prepare, no, because you are going to just come with your heart and you say the intention you have to mention, and along the words come to you because you are with the spirits, and the spirits helping you in this moment. That's it. And how I told you, from today ahead, what you have to do if you are going to have difficult times, if you are going to be in a new city or in a new place, what you have to do is just to say thank you to the Mother Earth and give 2-3 drops of your water. Or if you have wine, just put your finger and just, you can say like this, blow it. That's the best thing that you do. But what you are doing, we are connecting with the Mother Earth. We are connecting with the place. And sometimes if I'm going to have, for example, a meeting with different people that I don't know, that's going to be the first time. So what I have to do that. My intention to do the small ceremony will be, ask for protection and blessing with the knowledge. Do not talk nonsense things. Do not talk things which is not good. Always talk that the people will understand and the people will share this that you say. How important is, for example, if you are trying to find a new place and you feel that the place is something special and connected with the place, it's something different, because first, you will be so good. Second, you will grow spiritually, because you know already, because your experience is there and you grow your knowledge. That's why I tell you that, for in Paco way or this shaman way, there is no time to rest. There is no time where you can learn much more. Every day is learning time. Because the nature, because the Mother Earth show you. And sometimes it's going to be this challenge that you have to do it. And for that challenge, you need to be prepared. You need to be in good balance. And of course, be connected with the place is so important. If you come, for example, to Peru, the first thing you're going to arrive to Lima and after to Cusco, okay, that's perfect. But what happened if Wilbert's going to come to pick you up to the airport and tell you, welcome to the Cusco city. So you have to say thank you. Not thank you to me. Thank you to the Mother. In one of my, just like a month ago, in one of my trips, one person asked me about, but why to the Mother Earth? The answer is so clear. Without Mother Earth, people can be not in life. The rich people, for example, we are talking about this creator of, the computers and millionaire people. What they eat? They eat computers? They don't not eat computers. They are going to eat which the Mother Earth gives us. Potatoes, crabs, and that's it. But just close your eyes and say, okay, let us say that there is no rain, is everything's dry, no food, just 2 months. What's going to happen with the world? It's just done. So that's why so important connected with the Mother Earth and also say thank you somehow because she's the great mother. You know, the world of the mother is like a belly, and we are there, ready to born. But if you born, you're gonna be the good helper. You are going to do the great aim. And the aim is the great, relationship between the person, between the friends, between the families. A great family means that they have a great relationships. They have a great, each other help them, each other, they do the things that they have to do it, and that's it. That is why that we start, with the East direction. Because for us, the sun is so important. It's the best cleaner. A lot of people say, oh, dark light, let's use in dark color. No, dark color is the big cleaner. All right. What you do, for example, when you sleep in at night, you rest, and sometimes you are cleaning your mind, and another day you'll be again another person. That's it. Okay, I think, I'm talking, maybe there is some questions about the duration, so anti-suyo, anti-vaira, okay? Anti-suyo, anti-vaira. Anti-suyo is the region. Anti-vaira, the wind of the east, okay? Anti-vaira, I'm gonna write here so I can, or in the chat I can put for you, I think, right? Is that okay?
Yes, we've Mayumi and Wake have been adding to the chat as we've been going along.
All right. So I'm gonna put here, okay? What's the meaning of the anti-vaira?
You know, Wilbert, I want to go back just a little bit and just say how comforting it was to have you open directions and to make the call to spirit. And it brings back memories of the classes that we've taken and different ceremonies that we'd had in the locations in Peru and all over. And there's something very calming. There's something very peaceful about the opening of directions. It feels to me like we're back at home, that we're connected, that there's something special that we're engaging in by calling on the allies that exist for us all the time. And one of the themes that I'm understanding from you this morning is the appreciation for Pachamama, of being thankful for her help and all those that she supports. So those two things struck out for me is number one, just how engaging it is to be a part of an opening ceremony. And secondly, to continue this dialogue with Pachamama. It feels like you're teaching us to be thankful, to offer liquid, as you say, to the east and to all the directions, to deepen our connection with spirit in that way.
Yeah. Of course, when you open in the directions, I was trying to tell you that, it depends where you are in the place, but when you are going to have a connection in the place, it's like being home. It's like being in your house. It's like being in your place that you can share many things that you want. So, in effect, if you have halter, for example, in the United States, or doesn't has to be necessarily a halter. You can make your opening directions everywhere that you want. Considering how I told you, if you consider it's a sacred place, or that's the place that you have to open. But what you are doing, opening the directions, you are inviting, or you are saying to the spirits, come and help us growing spiritually. And every day you are going to be so powerful, energetic way. Not just energetic way, because knowledge, because you learn maybe one word or maybe one thing there in this place.
Wilbert, would you say that you open directions in your normal day, or are you waiting for a ceremony or something in particular, or a walk on the land where you notice the gifts of Pachamama? How do you
Of-
approach the opening of
Yes, of
sacred
course.
space?
For example, today we open in the direction because we have a special and important day, because everybody will learn what's the meaning of this, you know. So that is, that one we have to always, invite to the spirits, and that invite or saying to come with us is like a special thing, you know. It's not daily. It's not because we have to grow like the shaman director. That's our intention, and in the same way, teach to them how works that one and how they can do for different kind of intentions. I told you already, if my meeting is going to be, for example, today, healing, so I have to go straight away to the spirits asking for the intention, because today they need help me. If it's going to be the healing about the health, we're going to talk about the health, about the medicine, about natural medicine and everything, because how I tell you, all the mountains has their own knowledge, and that's why that we need the help from them.
So you're saying, Wilbert, that for the East, for instance, you'll pay attention to what mountains are most important to you and which ones physically are in the East that you call?
Right. For example, I'm here in Cusco. In the eastern direction, what kind of mountains I'm going to find? In the eastern direction, for example, I have Pisac, I have Quinsacocha, I have Tres Cruces. We've been the last time with you, and also further, I have the Atlantic Ocean. But between that also, I have the jungle. But what I'm going to have in the jungle? I will have the Amaru. I will have the Tucu, which is the owl. I'll have a condor also on the way. So I have to call all these spirits. But also in the south direction, I will have the same thing. But today we are going to about the east. If you're going to go to the east, your view, what can see it? Maybe you're going to see a nice, colorful, cloudy, and you need to also mention that one. Oh, thank you, cloud, for your colors. I can learn, I can see your message. It's that one. That's why that I told you, in your callings, maybe it's not going to be the same words. It depends of the moment. Maybe one hummingbird is going to go there. So you have to call also, because the ancestors telling you also, I am here. What happened, for example, I'm in Machu Picchu, or maybe I'm in Quillarumio. For example, I'm in Choqquequirao, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning, which is not normal that one condor can fly, because normally they fly at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. You have seen that. So 9 o'clock, one condor see that one is rare. So what's the spirit telling me that one? Please learn, because the condor is the knowledge man, is Kurahakuye, is Alto Misayo, So that one I have in mind, So what I'm thinking in this moment, if I see the condor, is that I need to grow a little bit more in knowledge. Yache. Right. So that's why I tell you, there is no specific words, there is no specific phrases to call, open the sacred spaces. It depends of the moment. It depends of the day also. What happens? You are gonna go to the high mountain and you want to do a nice ceremony, and it's gonna be rainy day. Okay, so what happens? Something we need clean. So in that time, we need to go much more to the waters. I will go to the lakes, lagoons, springs, and I must go to the oceans, and like this to the rivers, small rivers, big rivers, because the message is so clear. We need much more clean with the Wilka Uno. So Wilka Uno is a sacred water. You understand that or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mayumi, Tricia, do you have questions?
I was just thinking, when you were talking about the condor appearing, when you call in the directions, are there different creatures that are associated with each direction, or is it mostly mountains and elements that are associated with the directions?
Nice question. For example, if I go to the east in this case, and in this east direction, I know the place where the condor lives, or when the condor have needs, I need call to the condor. Like I'm here in Cusco. So I am crossing all the way to the east, you know, but in the east I have the jungle. In the east I have Atlantic Ocean. So how a nice opportunity to call to the Atlantic Ocean, you know? So it's like that. And what happened if in this moment that I'm calling to Mamacocha, which is Atlantic, I'm gonna see one hummingbird. So hummingbird is a great spirit to connect with the ancestors. So it's time also to call the ancestors. Maybe I'm not gonna have much time, but it will be enough to mention Inkari Kholyari, that is it. Because you mentioned already, Inkari Kholyari is a global word to women and men who were good healers in the past. That's it.
So Wilbert, this is so interesting because many of us learned opening directions with the archetypes associated to each direction, for instance, and what you're opening up for me, I believe, is to really have a knowledge of place. Not only the intention of the ceremony or the sacred opportunity, but exactly where you are. The example would be the Antisuyo. I think, and the home of Amaru, the serpent in the jungle. And I think of usually the South as being the serpent, calling the serpent in the South. But what you're teaching, I believe, is to be really aware of place. And when you call to the east, know what's to the east and call that from where you are. And like you say, there's the jungle there, there's the Atlantic Ocean, there may be a hummingbird.
Hummingbird, there is condors also, there is eagle also, you know, so you cannot say a specific archetype for one direction because, you know, what happened, I'm going to call, for example, Tuku, or which is, you know, owl, and specifically in the north, but we have also in the south.
Right.
Right? And in the south, we use like the cooker of the coca leaves, you know? So that's it. For example, when we are reading coca leaves, we have to go to the spirit of the owl because it has a great and nice view. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mama Coca has a great relationship with this spirit.
Did you say the spirit of the owl?
Owl has a special, yeah, with coca leaves because the owl spirit will help you to see it's visionary. Right? So there is many things to learn, but you know, we are going to go step by step. And I think in more meetings that we have, you are going to learn a lot because it's just, you know, be in this path or be part of this tradition. It means be in great relationship with the ambient, with the nature, who you are, and be in good balance. That's what it is. If people just are considering, you know, this great balance with the nature in the place that they are living, maybe the global warming is going to be much more low. But you know, right now we are not. You know, the ego is the bad thing that right now we have to work a lot in that. You know? Ego is the bad, you know, negative energy which come to us. Of course, people we are vulnerable for that. Because you know we know that we are doing bad, we are doing, continue doing, but we will never stop. So consciously we have to say this one yes, this one not, but be in good balance. So that way the life is going to be nice, and we can make a great relationship with everyone who needs our help.
Wilbert, would you say that then that you're calling directions to create balance, to create Aini or a sacred reciprocity between you, your life, and all of nature? Is that the purpose of it? To create Aini?
Of course, that's a good thing. You know, the opening the sacred space is just to be, first of all, connect. And second one, you know, when you're going to ask for the medicine, when you want to the knowledge, what you are doing, you are making a great balance, like person. And that one you're going to share with the people. For example, the intention today was, you know, have a great meeting, you know, with members of the shaman directory. What we are going to give to them? the nice gate to come inside and learn more, right? That's our intention. That's what I say to the spirits. Give us the way to learn your knowledge. This today is the day that you have to open at your gate and give us option to be part of this path, to be part of this love, and also to be part of this energy. Because we need to get that one. But what happens if my intention is just to make a ceremony? Okay, I have to say, please, everything that you have, your knowledge, your love, your energy, for this ceremony to make real, and has to work the ceremony, because the intention is have more llamas, or maybe have more production, more crops, because I have a lot of people in my family. So that's it.
One of the things that Wake and I were talking about yesterday is the idea that initially that opening directions and calling in the spirits and the helpers, the mountains and the oceans and the rain and the sun originally was about crops and about taking care of people and about keeping the land healthy, and that not all of us are involved in farming or in growing crops, and that but we're all planting something. We all have seeds that we're sowing.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for all of us to stay connected to the earth.
Remember what I told you about the Mother Earth. Mother Earth gives us everything. All right. So people, sometimes we don't recognize this nice love that the Mother Earth has with people. Maybe they are bad, maybe they are criminals, everything, but still, for Mother Earth, there's no difference. Every day, dig up crops, So the ceremony is not going to be just to say thank you to the Mother Earth. Also, we are going to say to the seed of the corn, for example, we are going to say thank you. In effect, when we do the ceremonies, we represent, for example, the seed of corn, like in silver and gold, because they are going to be the basic food especially in the Andean part of the world, potatoes and corn. So when you are opening the sacred spaces, what you are trying to do is just, you are going to be a tool, and the spirits will be the great teachers. Someday it's going to happen always with all the teachers, You are talking, and nice, great idea is going to come to you. And that one is not because you know a lot, it's because the spirits helping you. That's it. It's going to happen. I will say, thank you, and thank you, spirits, thank you. That's it. Many times people who are the shamans, of course, the care of people, or not my people, for example, they don't say that, but they feel that one and they are so happy. And they say, thank you. For example, in the healings that we are doing, many people can be sweaty. That's for energy. It's not because they are not working a lot, it's because a lot of energetic way they are working. I am working. I can be sweaty also. Sometimes, when you're healing, you can be sleepy. That's normal. Because, you need much more energy. That's normal. Right?
Do you also open sacred space more like within you? I understand the importance of really opening it and in being in ceremony and with intention. Do you also, like on a more daily basis, do a bit more internally and calling on the spirits whenever you may feel called to get some teachings or insights?
Yeah, your question is like a healer or like a patient. It depends, If you're gonna be like patient, never is gonna open in the sacred spaces. Like healer, you're going to open it. But like a healer, what you're going to ask the principal thing, is going to be asked for the intention that you do. Second, you have to ask the protection, because yourself, like a person, you need protection, because we don't know exactly that this person come here and this person come, have a lot of bad energies, and this bad energy you can absorb, you know. So for do not have this problem, you have to ask also protection. Oh, anti-Vaira, protect me today. Today I'm going to heal you, and with your help I will be okay. And you're blessing me with your knowledge, blessing me with your love, blessing me with your energy, and at the same time protecting me. You are going to be your best protection today. So that's what you have to ask. So you will be protected. That's it. Because it's not just for the intention. Also, you have to think in your person. Because I told you already, once you are gonna start to call into sacred spaces, first you are gonna be connected with the spirit, connected with the Mother Earth and with the upper world, everything. Second, what you are going to ask, the intention I want to mention it. What is the intention that you are going to do? Well, and after that you will say protect me, of course. Because you know, can be not good if you are not protected. You know? So when we go to the four directions, we ask not just for the intention or just for things that we want to do. Also, we need call, you know, for personal things. You know? If you are sick, for example, you cannot do make healings. You know, maybe ceremony, but you know, not healing. You know? One sick person making another person who is sick, so doesn't go. It's like fake, and true. You know, it's just help. You know. My people in my tradition, they were so clear in that, you know, they were not the biggest of philosophy, but they said that from the truth is going to be true. The fact sometimes can be true. That is a nice thing, you know, that we have to learn. So when you're going to do, also you have to think in yourself like a person. Because you are a person, you are not a special person. That's why that we say, if you are Paco, if you are killer, you are not special. What happens is that, you know, you have much more knowledge than another one. You have much more love to share, and you have a great powerful energy to share, and you have your own medicines that you can take care of the people. One word from you can, you know, can shift the person. It's amazing, but you know, happen that.
Wilbert, to me, this sounds like so much more than what I thought it might be, how it might be presented. Like to have a despacho, for instance, to craft an intention and to open sacred space. That is true. That is what you're teaching. Although what you're teaching is more to me a way of life, a way of relationship with spirit, a way of a living dialogue and being appreciative, thanking Pachamama, asking the directions or a specific archetype for help based on what it is that you're wanting. Would you say that that's true for you, that it's more of a living practice of the relationship with sacred space in addition to the purpose of specific ceremonies?
You know what happened in these cases? Much more has to be like a spiritual way. Like believe yourself and explain your patient or explain to the people that they need to start to believe themselves. And that is a nice, good thing, because since you cannot believe, since you are going to see just this tradition or the ceremony like maybe play or like a small show, that one is not going to work. The ceremony of the healings is touching your body. The ceremony of the healing is going to help you. And the person has to be sure that it's going to be okay. Maybe it's not right now, but they are going to gather it and they will feel it and they will gather it. If they think that way, everything's going to be okay. But you know, if they want to have a right way answer, no, forget it. Sometimes can be happen, but sometimes not.
I wonder if you could say something special about the condor. Like, what is the meaning of the condor calling to the east, for instance? Like, what would you be able to, what's possible with the help and support of the condor?
Condor represented the knowledge. Condor represented the God. And finally, Condor is going to be the great connection with us to the upper world. And remember, Condor is the best cleaner too. It's a vulture. And in a spiritual way, we need to clean our body. We need to clean our mind. We need to clean our heart. And finally, we clean physically everything. So we go to the spirit of the Condor because we are going to be clean and be ready to connect with the upper world. But where is the upper world? Upper world, the star nations. But what we have in the star nation? Again, Inti Taita Mamaquilla, which is the moon and sun, and star nations. All the cosmovision. The seven sisters, which is the Pleiades, which is very important speech for us in our tradition. So that's it. So in the East, why I go to the Condor? Because we now represented the knowledge. Because we now is the biggest spirit which can help us to connect with the upper world. But why with the upper world? Because in the upper world, we have great spirits. I told you already, like Southern Cross, Pleiades. We have a special Inti Taita Mamaquilla. With these 3-4 names, you'll be okay. And if you can say star nations, okay. The world of the stars, you'll be perfect. You don't have to mention all the names of the stars, because if you are to mention, you need at least 1 year, but you cannot finish, the name. And we don't know also the names of the other stars. So star nations is enough. But we can mention the names like Inti Taita Mamaquilla, Pleiades in Southern Cross, and Orion or something like that. It's perfect. We don't have to worry. But
Are there,
Mhm.
Wilbert, are there stars that you particularly call? I understand that you're saying to us we can call what's meaningful. What stars are meaningful to you?
According to my tradition, it's going to be Southern Cross, Tawachata, or Tawachata is the name, Southern Cross, and Pleiades, Mamakoto. They were sacred. Of course, after that, we add Inti Taita Mamaquilla, and then Llamañawi, Llamañawi, snake, the eyes of the llama, and also the snake, which is going in this north direction.
Is Mamakoto, from what I've learned, is that the
Mamakoto.
yeah, Mamakoto, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna write here.
Yes. Is that the
Mamakoto.
mother of the 7 stars?
Yeah, 7 stars. Pleiades, the Pleiades.
Yes, yes.
It's not a special spirit for us.
Okay, because I learned that there was a Mamakoto and Atlas. So
Yeah,
Pleione and Atlas, and then you
okay,
have 7.
that's a nice thing. If you know another stars with another names, okay, that's perfect. But the intention is just one. You are going to the spirit of this, for example, the Pleiades, because you need the help from this Pleiades. In my region, we call too much to see how is going to be the cultivations, how is going to be the love, and how is going to be the village social life. These things we can look in the Mamakoto. Because the Mamakoto has 7 stars, and 1 star is like all the time, it's not in the same place. If you have opportunity to see, check this year or the next year, 1 small star. And the next time, probably you're going to find this small star in another place, not in the same place. But you have to draw it. And that is a special message for us. According to that, we have to work in our social lives. We have to work also in our, personal lives. It's a special meanings, All the other day we have to talk, having this picture of the 7 sisters and this one, this one, this one. So yeah, which one is for the agriculture, which one for the love, and like this, because they are 7. They are not just a 1 star.
So Wilbert, there's a question in the chat about what we do with difficult situations in the world where there may be violence. And is there a way that we can call in helping spirits to help with that? Or do we call them in to help us with that? What is your thought about that?
According to my tradition, if you have the social problem, because this is the social problem, right? So if you have this kind of things, what we have to do is ask to the spirits to help us with the people that they need be in good balance. Because these people who are causing these problems, they are not spiritual well. They are out of the spiritual way. They don't have nothing, this spiritual life. Believe me. These people who's causing, for example, in Ukraine, these people, they don't love themselves. And what we have to ask to the spirit, ask to put in good balance in love, to put in good balance the knowledge. This is the ego. Remember that we're talking about the ego. It's just for ego that they do. Oh, we are powerful, we have money, and we have to do this. And I need that one, and I have to have this. No, it's not like this. You have to, like a healer, you have to tell to them, okay, pray to the spirits to help us that these people need be in good balance. First of all, connect with the spirits, connect with the Mother Earth, and make full their heart with the spirits, with the knowledge of the spirits, with the knowledge of the lives, with the fill the heart with the spirit of the love. If they say, I love you, they're saying just from here to, it's just outside love. But in reality, they don't love themselves. Because love yourself means love to other people. And love yourself doesn't mean make problems. It's be in good, great relationship. That's it. According to my tradition, for social problems, we just ask to the spirits for these people who are not in the good balance, back in the good balance, and fill the heart spiritual way with the great love, with the great knowledge, and with the great energy. That's all we can do. That help to the people. But if you talk with the head of these persons, they are not going to understand. Because I told you one experience myself, if you have something bad in your life, it's difficult to accept the situation. It's a big work. It's same thing that we can work with these people. They will not accept. Hey, go be in good balance with Mother Earth. Why you have to make bombs? Why you have to do this? Because you are destroying the Mother Earth. In this place, we are not have any more plants anymore, because these plants, these things which grow in this place, is not just for humanity, it's for everything, for everyone who's in the life. And my ancestors were so clear, take care to the Mother Earth. It's like take care of your mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful answer. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes. I had another question, which might be a silly question, but are there times when you might only call on one direction because you need something specific? Or would you always call on all the directions?
No, you have to call all the directions. Yeah, it's like, for example, we are here in the meeting and we are 4 persons, and I'm just talking with you. That's not meeting. I have to talk with this one. Hey, what about you? What about you? That's the best thing. So, the nice thing that you can do is just invoke, to all. It's just the ambient, to everyone. If in your place you have a nice mountain, of course you have to go to this mountain. If you're in the lake, you have to, lake, you have to give me a permit. I'm calling to the spirits, please open your gate. Talking about is so beautiful because, for example, everybody, if someone goes to Bolivia, they go to Tiahuanaco and they found at least 4 gates, the gate of the sun, the gate of the moon, the gate of the puma, and the gate of the temples, but the gates, what's the gates? The puncos. These puncos are the doorway to connect with the pipes. That's why the gate of this, in Tiahuanaco, you have a nice gate, the sun gate. You have another, which is the moon gate, the puma punku, you know, which is the snake or amaru or such a mama gate. But the intentions go inside and see what happened there. And like a healer, you will absorb all the knowledge, all the love, and all the energy, all the medicine. You know, that's it.
I'm glad you answered that question of Trisha because I was remembering this morning I was taking the dog out and I noticed in the east a beautiful sliver moon and Orion was out there too. And I thought, well, maybe that's enough. But that's an invitation. It feels like a gateway right there to the moon and to the stars, to Orion in this case, but not to stop there.
Right. But it's going to continue. So if you have the moon, okay, you have to mention the moon in the east direction. Maybe it's in the south direction. You have to mention you are looking. She's telling you, hey, how about me? It's like something that one person might you there. She wanna all a thing with the finger saying, hey, and you don't say nothing. Okay, put your attention. The moon's there. Okay, Mama Kira, happy. So when we talk about Mama Kira, it's a feminine side. Something's happening there with the feminines, you know, with the women. So let's see, check that. Because you know, in the moment that you're going to call the sacred space, your eyes has to looking everything, and you're sensitive, you know, has to also think maybe you're talking and you're going to see a lion. I don't know. Sometimes happen that maybe you're going to see the flowers, or just going to be just a dark. I don't know. You know? It depends. That is, you know, calling sacred space is something special. First of all, your feelings, and second, your lookings. You know what you're looking, and you need to integrate it.
Are there any other specific elements or spirit allies that you call in for the East? We talked a little bit about the sun, for example, the rising sun and the condor. Are there maybe some other particular things that you usually always tend to call in? Or like you said before, is it always specific or kind of related to where you are, what time you're in, and what you want to call on?
Okay, you have to learn two things. What I have in East, I have the inti theta, which is always be there, inti theta, that's mean father son, okay? Always be there, okay? And second one, there is also anti-vera, which is the sacred wind, east wind. So I have these two things. But no one knows, for example, where you are right now, for example, I don't know exactly where you are, which city you are.
I'm in the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Okay,
Yes.
Netherlands. For example, south is going to be Africa, right?
South,
right?
yes.
No,
Yes.
east is going to be like you
Asia.
have, and also in the west you have ocean, right? So if I go to the east, I have to call Mamacocha, which is the east direction. All right. And also another nice mountains in this direction. Maybe there is a lagoon that I know, or maybe there is a lake, or big lake, a small lake. I have to call. Maybe something a special sacred place there. I have to integrate it. But I'm calling this, maybe I have seen maybe a moon. So you have to integrate also Mama Kira because you are looking. And also maybe flying one small hummingbird. So let's call also the ancestors because the ancestors telling you, hey, we're here too. So that way it's going to be much more powerful, you know, your ceremony, your intention that you are going to do. Everything that you can see, everything that you can feel, you can just call it. Okay. Don't make any restriction. Don't make any restriction. Because if I go to the east and I have an architect, just a condor, but what happened in the east, I have my jungle, for example, here, there is Atlantic Ocean. And so powerful and great spirits, I need help of them. Right? So that's it. I think you'll understand and practice, please, and you are going to feel so happy because now you are integrating. You know, the integrations is ones that we need to practice like healers, because this integration, if you are in good balance, is going to help, you know, to ship us ourselves and ship to the people and widen it to the world, you know. And we need to work a little bit more like love yourself, believe yourself. That's the things that you have to see. and check very well if you accept yourself. The acceptation of ourselves is a special value to start with the things that we want to do.
I have one of the things I was thinking about also is how personal our relationships become with the wind and the apus and the water and the different spirits that we call in. The more we call in, the more we call them in, the more we develop relationships with them, and the more intimate it becomes. And I loved how you said, oh, you have to call them all because you don't want to leave anyone out.
Right.
You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by not calling them and giving them a
Because I
voice.
think a nice example, you are in a meeting, 5 person, and you are just talking you and another person, but the rest one also talk and you don't give opportunity or the option. It's like that, you know. So please, if you are in the moment and you see and come in your mind, just a call, no problem. Don't make any restriction. Don't make any restriction. The best thing that you can do, how I told you, is just that, you know, take to them part of our lives, part of that moment. So that's very important.
So, Wilbert, would you integrate this practice of calling sacred space into your life to the extent that when you wake up for your work that is ahead of you for the day, that you would call sacred space? Is that too much, or is that a good practice?
It depends, you know. For example, if you have meeting, which is going to take 2 weeks or 1 week, you have to just open in the beginning and close after. Beginning because you're going to pair me, beginning because you know you are saying your intentions, and on the end you are not going to say again your intentions. You're going to say thank you for the intention that you give us, you know, that you fill out everything that we want. It's like, you know, asking, you know, the pair me and closing because you know you're going to say thank you. Somehow you have to say thank you. You know? Somehow your work is going to be negative or positive, you have to say thank you. Anyway, it's for some reason that maybe you don't solve the problem. It's for some reason that you did a good job too, you know. So that's why you have to say thank you. Somehow is the result, you know.
It reminds me, Wilbert, of the work of the Pampa Messiah to greet the day, to honor these moments that we have, and as the sun sets later on, to give appreciation to all that is. Do you feel like that's a part of sacred space?
No, of course, you know, when you open the sacred spaces, it's like you are feeling in good balance because you are feeling good in good hands because you know they will have, you know, that they want to help you, and on the end you'll be so happy because what you did was good, because what you did was perfect, and what you did was really many things that can change to the people, and that one you're going to take in your heart because you know who is going to be the first person feeling if your work was good or not is you yourself. You have to cook, you have to look if your work was good or not. But how I told you, on the end you need to say thank you to someone, but this someone's going to be the spirits and the Mother Earth and the upper world and everything. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's great. Wake was just saying, should we talk about the South today?
Why not? Yeah, of course.
What would you like to say about the South, Wilbert? What in particular did you call for today's session?
Okay, we to the south, you know, we go to the Colla Suyo, Colla Guaira. You know, these two important things we don't have to forget. So Colla Guaira, Colla Suyo. Colla Guaira, the sacred wind. Colla Suyo, the south region. I'm here, so when I did my callings, I just called to Lago Titicaca. Titicaca Lake is in the south. It's the highest lake in the world, and a special for us, and a special spirit to call. And also Sirius Tani, where the towers, the buildings, you know, the old buildings are there. And also at the same time, the islands, which is, Moon Island and Sun Island, so powerful places. I just calling this place too. And also Illimani. Illimani is on a biggest mountain with glacier. It's like 6,200. And also Patagonia, which is in the south. And another that I call it was this village name is so famous. Crossing the extreme of Peru to Bolivia. The name of this is Pilcuyani. This is really very nice place. And also in my college I did Tiahuanaco. Tiahuanaco, we have good, nice temples like Acapana on Calasasaya, plus 4 gates: the gate of the sun, the gate of the moon, and the gate of the Amaru is there, and the gate of the big doorway is in the south part also, which is Amaru Muro. So these 4 gates, like that I told you, but why I call these gates, because there are special doorways to go inside of this sacred space, which is south region and Antihuayra. Remember why we go to the wind, because the wind is the best cleaner. On the same time, the wind is going to be that can bring us up, the bad illness or bad disease. That is our belief according to our tradition. But for sure, in the normal lives also, the wind can be a big problem for us. But on the same time, it's going to be biggest cleaner. So that's it. So why we go to south also? Because we know that the people, the healer people, comes from south. In effect, Koya means healer. This is Aymara language. And Suyo, of course, region, but Koya is Aymara word, which means the healers. That's why also that we go to the south. We go too much to the south because also when we are going to go to the spirit of the ancestors, we need to go to the Incari Collari. Because according to my tradition, the first people who come to the north, they started in the south part of the South America. And I think, a lot of people says that, before America and Europe was together, and they crossed just from Europe to South America, and they come up to the north. And that is, like a history, which is my ancestor says about the, how the people come to America. And that is why also that we go to the south, because, we have to recognize how people come. And there we have to make a nice honor. We have to honor it to the Yananting Masinti, because thanks to this union, thanks to this action and reaction of Yananting Masinti, is the new generation. That's why that we go to the south. It's not for because we have just the birds, or we have just like no. We have to honor it. The people like a bird, we have to honor it like a spirit, and thanks to this spirit is our new generations, right? So that's why that we go to the south, and south is something special for us, because until now, people who live in the south part of Peru, they have a different kind of lives. Actually they speak another language too, which is the Aymara, and they live much more from the lake.
Yeah.
Like the coast people, they live just from the fish, from the sea, seafood, but in this place, especially in the south part of the Titicaca Lake around, people live much more in balance with the Titicaca Lake. That is why that in our callings we have to mention in the south part of Titicaca Lake, because it's a sacred lake for us.
Well, and it's very high. The altitude is very high. It's very vast.
It's 3,800 meters from the sea level. That's why it's the highest lake in the world. And the sweet water is not the salad.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That is sacred, And in this lake, since it's big, there is a lot of islands, but 4 of them are so special ones. In part of Peru, we have Taquile and Amantani. You know, in this Amantani, we have temples, and Taquile also we have a temple of the lightning, and also in the part of Bolivia, we have the Sun Island and the Moon Island, which is really very nice and powerful. So that one, the spirit of this place we call to come with us and to help us, you know, with our intention that we are going to do. Of course,
Well,
in this direction also, I'm going to have Ausangate, I'm going to have Illimani Mountain, I'll have Patagonia much more farther, I'll have Aconcagua much more farther, I will have Tierra del Fuego, and also I'm going to call to the island of Isla, you know, which is in Chile, but Isla de la Pascua, you know, Eastern Island.
well, Wilbert, for the East, you mentioned the Star Brothers and Sisters. Certainly in the South, you have in the sky the Southern Cross. So will you call again to the Southern Cross, or what's your sense of that?
No, the Saquate spices is just, you know, 4 regions. But we have another, the last point that we want to call is going to be upper star. So we have to call the upper, you know, upper is going to be so different. Upper, down, Mother Earth, upper. But
Yeah.
here in the Mother Earth, we have
Okay.
4 Saquate spices.
All right. So to the south, you wouldn't call it the Chicana. You would stick with what is on the ground.
Because, you know, Tiahuanaco culture, they work a lot with Chacana because, you know, they consider that was something special because the Chacana is going to lead to them to come to the north part from the south part. That is, you know, the normal life in this part of the world because, you know, people always believe that in the north part, they are going to find very good fuels, very good valleys to grow, I mean, to grow the crops, to raising the crops. That is why that the people from the south, they come to the north, you know. And that's why also is the north is so sacred. We later on we are going to talk about this. But you know, talking about the south, that's the idea. That's the spirit, the energy that we need to have inside of us. You know, the couple, which is so important for our lives. You know, because Yananting Masinting, this is the beginning of the life. Otherwise, you know, there are no more generations. Not just in humans, also in other things which is in life, you know, like plants, like everything's just always nothing masculine. Everything's always masculine and feminine. You know? And in the south, you know, I think I invite you, if you have possibility to go to the Tiahuanaco, you will see the gates there, you know. So yeah. The gates are so beautiful. The gate of the sun is made in a stone, and also the gate of the moon also made in gate. And actually, the gate of the Amaru was much more bigger than these 2. I don't know why until now, no one can say why was the biggest gate for the Amaru or for the serpent. They are biggest, but right now they are not in condition, already falling down. But you can see actually the stones that was made the Pumapunku. Yeah, I mean the Pumapunku, which is Jaguar Gate, you know, is there. The Puma Gate is there, but no, maybe physically not like Sun Gate or Moon Gate, but you know, you can see still in the place the stones that they made the Pumapunku.
Okay. Did you say this is in Bolivia?
Bolivia, yeah, it's in Bolivia. It's very close to the Puno, just across the Titicaca Lake, and you will find that one. Copacabana is the last, is the point. From this Copacabana will be just 1.5-hour drive, and you will see this famous Tiahuanaco ruins. In that, of course, you are going to see 2 temples, Acapana, which is the ceremonial place, and Calasasaya, the stone steep, and the gates you will see there, the Sun Gate, the Moon Gate, and Pumapunku, which is the Puma Gate. It's really nice.
Tricia, when we were talking about the South, you mentioned a focus that you have on the physical body and what's close to the earth, related to the soil. Do you want to speak of that?
Sure. I mean, and I guess I'd love to have Wilbert's input on this as well. When I learned the medicine wheel, I learned that about the body, mind, spirit, soul. that there were different parts of us that are connected to the different directions. And I don't know if that is a part of your tradition at all. But for me, when I think about the South, I think about the serpent and that the serpent lives close to the earth. And I think about the soil and the insects. And I associate the South with everything that's sort of physical, my bones and my muscles and my senses. And so when I'm calling in the South, I'm expressing gratitude for my physical body.
Yeah. Okay, it's very close, someone maybe tell you this one because, remember that I told you, we call to the South because, we know that the medicine people were coming from this place. But we can say they born the Pacos or Shamans were there from this place and they come to the North and right now we are the followers of this. We are talking about 1,000 years ago. It's not just, in Inca times. Before already people were healer already. So that's it. When you say that, you put that, that's good, that means, that you are leaving all your physical part to the north powerful energy, to the south, to the south part. That means to the leg, to the mind, to everything. That is perfect. That's good. But, you have to keep in mind, that the south is Koya. South is Koya Suyo. So what meaning that one? That's meaning, because, you want to associate also the snake or the Amaru. So for us, according to our tradition, everywhere, not just in my village, also in Quero Nations, the serpent or the Amaru or Sachamama represented the fertility.
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 Yeah.
Fertility. Yeah, because he's just always like that one. And very important here. And each year, all the snakes change the clothes, change the skin. Okay, so that message means that also we need change, we need shift each year because something new will come and we need to be involved with the new things. Okay, that is the special message from the speaker. Science, he is or she is like fertility. On the same time, he or she are asking us for changing, because the best thing that we can do in this life is, like a Pacos or like a healer, is that once you have more knowledge, for sure, you are going to be much more healer. You are going to be much more helper, right? If your energy is low, you'll be just helping with the low energy. If your knowledge is low, you help, but just with low knowledge. So that's the message from the Amaru or the snake. That's why that we call always Amaru. Always we want to have this kind of life of a snake. Each time, remove our, not just the clothes, our skin, and each time we are going to be forever young. It looks like that. And it's a nice energy to call. A lot of people are afraid to call the spirit of the snake, but it's not like this. It's really very interesting and very nice. So powerful, showing us, how we can shift. They don't do nothing, just that they eat and they have things that they can, but, each year they are going to have a new.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I am very intrigued about Tiwanaku and all the, also Lake Titicaca, and you mentioned some specific mountains. I'm very curious because you said in the beginning of the talk that some mountains represent certain things. You would go for health or healing. And I'm just very curious if you could maybe share what, for example, Lake Titicaca or Ausangate represents to you, or any other example.
Okay, that's good. Here in Cusco, we have actually 4 powerful mountains. Pachatusan is just here in the east direction, the keeper of the world. And for local people, he also a doctor. He has a medicine mountain. And we have another mountain, the name is Senja. That is Senja mountain. That one's for example, announce the rain. If you have cloudy there, for sure it's going to rain. So if for longer time we were waiting the rain and we see the clouds there, okay, for sure today or tomorrow is going to rain. So this mountain represents water. All right. And Wanakauri, the justice. Wanakauri justice. Because, there is a nice lion that, to make real the foundation of Cusco, there were the 4 brothers coming from Pacarestambo, and just one is going to arrive to Cusco, and this man who's going to arrive to Cusco is going to make the big city of Cusco. But why represent just this mountain? Because in this mountain, they tried the stick which was given in gold by sun was going inside of the Mother Earth. They were trying in many places because the sun says, okay, I give you this stick and you have to try to go down to the Mother Earth. And the place that this stick is going down, this is the place that you have to make a new world, a new culture, they say. So finally, when the last day, they were very tired, they're feeling hungry and thirsty. In the desert place and a dry place, they try it just in case. And amazing, this stick, gold stick, was going down. And they said, yes, we are going to make the new city and the new world here. That's why the name of Cusco City is going to be Cusco City. So we call to this mountain for justice. Justice means, for example, if you have law problems, for example, divorce, example. So you have to go there and make you justice. Mama Simona, I've been with Robert the last time that it's so powerful place. But why we call to the Mama Simona? It's the best representation of the feminine part of the humanity. It's the best woman. She is just, the mother. She's sister. She's a friend. She's a girlfriend. She's a woman that you need. Okay? Right? So that one. So if you want to go much more to connect or someone that you want to need, you need to go to the Mama Simona energy and gathering, and after that you will find it. That's it. Now we have another holy oracle, called the oracle, which means gold mountain and silver mountain. Why you have to mention these spirits? Because it's going to help you with your business. Okay, because gold and silver are a special product and a special mineral thing, and expensive too, So that's going to be for your business. So this is my, but each village, each country, they have their own mountains and with different kind of powerful helpings.
What about Osangate, Wilbert?
Osangate is the best keeper of the people. He takes care of us. He takes care of our animals. He takes care of our houses. He takes care for our cultivations. He's the person, the special person with a lot of energy and can give us everything. And this Osangate mountain can give us water, can make happiness, and finally can give us the Kuichi light, the Kuichi life. Because Kuichi, the rainbow is happiness in my tradition. That's Osangate, everything, because there is the highest mountain in this region. But highest mountain in Peru is Huascaran. It is 6,700 meters high. This is Huascaran, in Peru. The highest one. And after that, Osangate, and then Salcantay, another mountains.
Well, and the important part, I think, is you can see Osangate from Cusco, from many places, from your house, I believe.
From my village, of course, I can see Osangate.
Right.
Of course, not in my village, but you have to walk up, and from that place you can see, Pachatusen, you can see Osangate, you can see Salcantay, you can see Oh, I forget it. Chocotacarpo, Pumasillo, which is very close to the, and also a small piece of Huascarán, which is farther.
As you're sharing, I'm just thinking about how many people in the world do not have this kind of a connection to the mountains and the bodies of water around them, and how limiting it is to not have those
The problem is,
relationships.
I think they are ready to come to the path, but they don't have opportunity to be in this. And probably there are much people are empty, and much people are waiting to feel this. So somehow this is going to be your work, my work, to say to the people, hey, be good balance and be nice men and be nice women and have a great relationship and make a great aim with this world, and you will feel so good. You know, there is a lot of people who are so intelligent, but spiritually they are empty. That's a big problem. Rich people, especially, they are empty spiritually because they don't think that everything is money. No, it's not just the money. You have to also keep the spiritual part of your life. The money is important, but it's not like it's not a necessary thing, but it's not important in our lives, because the important thing is how you can share your knowledge, how you can share your love with the people, and people can see that what you're talking or what you're sharing is like a special thing, and with that they can be much more nice. In this life, what we are waiting for: have a good knowledge, have a good experience, have a nice love, and finally have a good energy. These three things, this Yache, Mune, Yanke, if you following these values, for sure, the Ainu will come right away.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
So if anyone has any questions for Wilbert, please put them in the chat. We are almost out of time, but we do have some time for questions if anyone has them. I'm going to bring Mayumi back into the Tawantin Suyu here so that we can end the way that we started. So if anyone has any questions, if you could put them in the chat. And I want to thank Wilbert again for his time and his wisdom as always, and Wake for always being so prepared and thinking so thoughtfully about each of our sessions.
Trisha, I put a question in the chat. I'm not sure if you can see it. I messaged Shamans directory.
Okay,
Can
let's
you
see.
repeat, please? I didn't see, but can you repeat, please, so we can check?
Oh, sure. I can just maybe say it since I'm already talking.
Sure.
So I've had some teachers say that by asking for protection, you're inviting something to be protected from, rather than just assuming you're always with the divine. So I was wondering if you could speak to that a little bit, and kind of the difference in Karo tradition where we consciously invite protection.
Good. So protection, how I told you, you can be part of your askings when you're going to make your opening directions. But the nice thing is that you can make your protections every day that you want, if you don't mind. How? It's very easy. At home, probably you have a red wine or white wine. If you have both, be nice. So what you have to do is just in 2 glasses, a little bit of red wine, a little bit of white wine, and the white wine will go to the right side, the red wine in the left side. So this is Pachamama, and this is for the apples, So what you want to do is just to go to your garden or to your balcony and go upper first, go to the Star Nations and ask for the protection. What do you have in the Star Nations? We have the God of the gods, we have Inditator, Maquilla, the Pleiades, and all the spirits. Hey, today I will have a meeting with Wilbert. I don't know this person, protect me. Probably he has a very good of that energy, of great energy. So please take care of me. And you're going to throw him up, making the symbol of the rainbow. All right? But sometimes we don't drink, alcohol. For example, my person, I don't drink beer, I don't drink alcohol. But, we can have flowers. Red color flower, white color flower. And you do the same thing. Mother Earth. Oh, great spirits. Oh, great spirit of the lagoon. Oh, great spirit of the river, if you are behind of the river. You ask just for the protection. Please, today I will go to this university. I'm going to have my conference and help you with your knowledge. Help me with your nice words, because these people need help. And I will be your tool. But also at the same time, I ask you your protection. And in this flower, you can put it in your garden. So it's just easy to protect yourself. Remember, this spiritual things is energetic. So like that, the energetic is like you talking with the spirits, and the spirits will take care about that if you are going to go with a lot of faith, with a lot of belief. But for that, you need to believe yourself, and after that, you believe. And also you have trust, and the back of trust, also they will trust you. That's it.
I think this is pretty similar to Wilbert. What I learned with the bands of power or the bands of protection was that they were really bands of connection. That as we come into relationship, we deepen the continuity with everything that has power and meaning. So in terms of calling in sacred space or asking allies for support and assistance, it feels like this process directly impacts the luminous energy field, the Pokpo. It engages it, it energizes it, it changes its frequency, and we're no longer subject to being victims in a former state. So I see it energetically about calling in and shifting our luminosity, shifting our energetics, and how we aren't really susceptible to what we are at a lower energy state. And I feel like that's part of what Wilbert is saying. Once we call, we receive, and it changes our state itself. And we become different people. We become less susceptible, more engaged, more powerful, more present.
Thank you. Yeah, that was both really helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, what do you think?
So, Wilbert, you want to close? What would be important in the close?
Yes, we are going to close. I'm going to say, so we are ready. Please, we are going to start always with the east direction, okay? We are okay?
Okay.
All right. Everybody to the east direction, okay? Now I'm going to close in just with, I have my mesa, but with this just.
Okay.
Antiwaira, Intitaita, Ajintete, Anyay, Anyay, Anyay Tete. Anyay means thank you, thank you. Anyay, Anyay Tete. Yepin, Takonan Kasumaki, Chonjiku. So we come on Churekuanchiku, my coanchureku, Hatun Kalpata, Chonjiku. Kuranka Sumata, Waikuna Panaikuna, Sumata Chaskin, Chenigita Manakita. Tukuya Chenikita, Tukumaniki, Tukulan Enigita. Kaya chay mga aliyan ka ng kupa. Kay mo na yun ang aliyan ka ng kupa. Kay kantaon, sumaka kita rin. Sakit dito yung mga kapalito. Porque chay son ko chay. Ho! Mupo sanggate. Kuya waira. Kuya suyo. Anyay tay. Lago titika ka. Anyay. Lago titika ka. Anyay tay. Anyay tay. Nampoy, amantani, takile, nampoy. Intikillo. Kilakillo, hampete, anyay tete, antete, hampete, soma. Anyay tete, sumate, chechun, kunang punchi. Just kikyo, che, nikita mo na nikita ang kikyo. Sumata karpa o yung kikyo. Kumpi kiyo. Sumata ko ng karpa yung kikyo, che, nikita. Anita, just kikyo, kangaray ko, tete, kuntra po siya. Ipin mo, sumata, tete, ipinta ka, amarupa, sumata ka. Matete, dito punko ko na pasalinta tete. Sumasta tete. Amaro mo punko. Tira punko. Iti punko, toma punko, toma pete. Anyay, urpite son kuchay. South today, west. Konti waira. Ampi tete sumatuna. Ahora sí. Anyay tete. Konti waira. Konti suyo. Ayin tete sumatuna chicho en katun pa sumateta. Kami tete kin kalpa ya kuna niyo heche niyo. Kanta kenga pe ulugyo ampi tete sumata kuna katun puma sumata ampi tete atun kontor kontra puchin. Kampi kasengi tete sumata kampi tete katun pa sumateta. Hampi tete kenga ampi kanyon de kolka. Misti hampi kontor hampi tete sumata. Anyay. Anyay tete sumata kuna heche jinga. Oh, now to the north, Chinchay suyo. Anyay tete. Hatun águila, hatun anca. Sumata kuna alin tete sumata kuna hatun gente. El cuento como gente porque gente sumata dice. Sumata kuna. Joya. Sumata kuna chinche oira. Alin te kuna pistolo en cuento kuna sumata. Alin te tse. Orpiche son coche. Alin te kuna hatun kalpachasca, hatun yachasca san hasas kawan tete. Orpiche son coche. Yo. Punta madre mía, hatun mamita, sama anyay mamita, sumata kunanka. Concretito que se un suntuyo sumata kunanka. Ella che ni tuto kunanka se sengi, que mamai que te ilan. Campi mamai sumata kunanka spinu. Campi mamai kunanka sumata. Oye di joan kiko sumata, sapi ta joan kiko. Alin sacha unyana ikupa. Alin kana ikupa. Sumata kunanka que iba te kunanka yipi. Che shaman director, ya na banki alin te yipi monon pigmanta. Kerse muy un pigmanta alin kana kupapete. Gracias, mamita. Gracias, Pachamamita, por su trabajo, Pachamamita. Gracias, mamita. Gracias. Anyay. Now we go to the upper world, okay? Gracias. Oh! Tampa. Pacha kamachik, pacha yachachik, pacha tusan, pacha kallarichik, pacha yachachik, hatun miracocha, hatun yaya, hatun sonkoyo, waranka, sutuyo, choler de genji. Anyay te kunan puche eche chengigo, kaikel pata suma kel pata. Intita mamaquilla sumata kunan karpa yo engigo eche yo manico. Pleades mamakoto, hatun chacana, great southern cross, ampitete, hatun llamañawe, ampitete kunan sumata. Ay, anyay lipita. Liping apukuna, Himalayas, Rocky Mountain, Ampi, Patagonia, Ampi, Ausangata Satantay, Huayna Picchu, Machu Picchu, Ampi, Huanacauri, Pachatusan, Liping, Mama Simona, Liping, Doña Murgia, Juana Murgia, Lipiquichiste, señor de Huanca, señor de Coyoliti, señor de Pampacucho. Ay, señor de Ojororo, Sumájate de Gran. Campa su tiquiper, Campa y Cheniquita Moen, Punche, Alinta el pan, Sumájate de Tigre. Alinta con Anca de Tapas, Calparichinti, Cutirichinti, Tarpurichinti, Sumájate. Orpiche son cochayo, oh, listo. That's perfect. Thank you. That's good.
Thank you, Wilbert. Thank you for your perspectives as always.
Moments, really, I enjoy to do that because this is the only way that can sharing that I can say this is that I know and this is what I'm doing.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's such a gift to be able to have this opportunity to really step into the sacred with you, Wilbert, and with everyone that's here today. And I just appreciate all of you for being here and look forward to the next time that we are able to be together.
Well, that's fine. So we look at the days and it's with me. I'll be pleasure to do that.
Thank you, Wilbert. Thank you for your kindness, for your offerings, for your teachings, and for your encouragement to be even more spiritual beings, be the ones we are, and to live in Aini, sacred reciprocity. Thank you, Wilbert.
Okay. Orpiche son coche.